Hey everyone, so let's just jump right in. Have you ever felt like you're just wired differently? Like you genuinely prefer a quiet night with a good book over a big, loud party? Well, it turns out you are absolutely not alone in wanting to be alone. Today we're going to explore the fascinating science of why some people are just built for solitude.
I mean, really think about it for a second. If your perfect Friday night is all about recharging your own batteries instead of navigating a crowded room, then you're going to want to stick around. Turns out there's a very real biological reason for that preference. Okay, first things first, we've got to get our vocabulary straight, because these words get thrown around and mixed up all the time. Loneliness, that's that awful, painful feeling of being isolated. It hurts. Then there's aloneness, which is just, the physical state of being by yourself. It's totally neutral. But unsociability? That is something completely different. It's a confident, healthy choice to enjoy your own comfort.
So let's really unpack that. What does it actually mean to be unsociable in a good way? This isn't some kind of social flaw. It's a legitimate personality trait.
You see, the key phrase here is internal satisfaction. You're not running away from people out of fear or dislike. No, you're running towards the calm, the focus, the deep satisfaction that solitude brings you. It's a positive, deliberate choice. And this is the absolute core of it. Someone who is unsociable can still be charming at a party. They can love their friends and enjoy conversations. The difference is, they don't need that external buzz to feel fulfilled. They thrive on their own terms.
So what is actually going on in the brain that makes being alone feel so good for some people? Well, it really all comes down to our brain chemistry. It's like a biological switch.
So, meet dopamine. You can think of this as the brain's social reward chemical, or maybe even its party chemical. It's what gives you that rush from new things, loud music, and a room full of chatter. It's the little nudge that pushes most people to go out and socialize.
For a super social person, a big dose of that external stimulation, a huge party, is amazing. It's like eating a whole jalapeno. They love the heat, the intensity, the rush.
But for the unsociable person, their whole system is way more sensitive. They just need a tiny pinch of that same stimulation to get the full effect. For them, a single flake of red pepper is plenty of spice, thank you very much.
And that, right there, that's the secret. It's a hypersensitive dopamine system. It means that what feels exciting and fun to others can get overwhelming and draining, fast. For them, less really is more.
And then you have the other side of the coin, acetylcholine. This is the internal reward chemical. It's what gets going when you're deeply focused, when you're learning something new, or just lost in your own thoughts. For unsociable people, this pathway is often the star of the show, making those quiet, solo activities feel incredibly rewarding.
Okay, so if this is how your brain is wired, what are the actual advantages? Let's dive into how this unique brain chemistry can translate into some pretty amazing benefits.
The upsides are huge. By respecting their need for quiet, unsociable people can totally sidestep social burnout. They become insanely productive and build this incredible emotional self-reliance. All that quiet reflection also fuels deep creativity. And what's really interesting is that it often correlates with high scores in personality traits like openness to new ideas and the conscientiousness to actually follow through on them.
And if you look at history, this totally checks out. Think about someone like Isaac Newton, who basically cooked up his world-changing theories while in isolation. Or J.K. Rowling, who famously mapped out whole worlds by herself in cafes. Solitude isn't just about taking a break. It's a greenhouse for brilliant ideas.
Okay, this next part is absolutely critical. We have to draw a really clear line between this healthy, natural personality trait and a mental health condition that needs professional support.
Look at this chart. It all comes down to the core motivation. For unsociality, the driver is a preference, and the result is contentment, a sense of calm. For something like avoidant personality disorder, the driver is a deep fear of rejection, which leads to intense anxiety. And with depression, it's often a total lack of energy or interest, which leads to sadness. The why behind the solitude changes everything.
So here's the bottom line. If your choice to be alone makes you feel good, productive, and centered, it is not a problem. It only becomes something you might need to address if it's causing you pain or distress. We have to stop thinking of this as something that needs to be fixed.
All right, so if this is you, how do you make this trade work for you in a world that's, let's be honest, pretty obsessed with extroversion? Let's get into some practical advice. First, and this is a big one, learn to set your social boundaries. Get comfortable saying no, and don't you dare feel guilty about it. You're just managing your energy. Second, lean into hobbies you can do alone that bring you real joy. And third, use that precious quiet time for mindfulness, for self-reflection. It is such a powerful tool for growth.
The most important thing here is to really check in with yourself and be honest about your own needs. And please, always remember, if that feeling of being alone ever crosses the line into the pain of loneliness, it is always okay and so important to reach out and get help.
So, I'll leave you with this to chew on. In a culture that puts the social butterfly on a pedestal, what would our world look like if we all learned to truly value and harness the incredible power of quiet? Not just for some of us, but for everybody. Something to think about.